Imagine applying for 30 jobs and getting rejected by every single one. Imagine walking into KFC with 24 other people and being the only person they refuse to hire. Imagine Harvard University rejecting your application 10 different times. Now imagine that same person becoming one of the richest men on earth. This is not fiction. This is the real story of Jack Ma. And hidden inside his failures is a lesson most people never truly understand. The boy who kept failing. Jack Ma was born in 1964 in Hangzhou, China, a beautiful city, but not a city filled with opportunity. His family was poor. His future looked ordinary. And from the beginning, life kept telling him no. At school, Jack struggled badly. He failed his primary school exams twice. He failed middle school exams 3 times. And when millions of students across China competed for university admission, Jack failed the entrance exam. Not once, twice. By then, many people already believed he was not intelligent enough to succeed. But Jack Ma tried one more time. On his 3rd attempt, he finally passed. Barely. He was accepted into Hangzhou Teachers Institute, not a famous university, not his dream school, just the only door that opened slightly. But during those years of failure, Jack Ma was secretly building something far more valuable than grades. Every single morning, for nearly 9 years, he rode his bicycle for 40 minutes to a hotel near his city. Not for money, not for work, but to speak English with foreign tourists. He offered free tours around the city just so he could practice conversations. Foreign visitors struggled to pronounce his Chinese name, so he gave himself a new one, Jack. While other students memorized textbooks, Jack studied people, cultures, communication, confidence, and nobody around him understood why. But Jack Ma understood something most people never learn. The skills nobody notices today often become the skills the world rewards tomorrow. After graduating, Jack Ma began applying for jobs. 30 applications, 30 rejections. He applied to become a police officer. Rejected. He applied for hotel jobs. Rejected. Then KFC opened in China. 24 people applied. 23 were hired. Jack Ma was the only one rejected. Think about that for a moment. Imagine how humiliating that must have felt. The world kept choosing everyone else, except him. And still, he kept trying. Then came Harvard University. Jack Ma applied again, and again, and again. 10 times. 10 rejection letters. Years later, Jack joked about it by saying, "If Harvard didn't reject me, maybe I would never have learned to fight for my own future." And one day, the same university that rejected him invited him back to speak on their stage. But at that time, none of that success existed yet. Back then, he was simply a man the world kept saying no to. And this is where most people misunderstand his story. Jack Ma was not fearless. He was not naturally confident. He was not some genius who always believed in himself. He simply refused to stop trying one more time. Psychologists call this grit, the ability to continue pursuing a goal even when results keep disappointing you. But Jack Ma had something even more powerful than grit. He asked a different question. Most people ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Jack Ma asked, "What is this trying to teach me?" And that single shift changes everything. Act 3. The Internet. In 1995, Jack Ma visited the United States for the first time. While there, a friend introduced him to something new, the Internet. Jack had never touched a computer before. His friend showed him how to search for information online. Jack typed one simple word, beer. Search results appeared from America, Germany, Japan. Then Jack typed China. Nothing appeared. No websites, no information, no digital presence. And in that moment of silence, Jack Ma saw an opportunity the rest of the world could not yet see. He returned to China determined to build internet businesses. His first company failed. Then another attempt failed too. More debt, more uncertainty, more people telling him it would never work. By 1999, Jack Ma was 35 years old. He had failed repeatedly. He had very little money, and he was living inside a small apartment. Most people at that stage of life would quietly give up. They would call it being realistic. Jack Ma called 17 friends into his apartment. He stood in front of them and said, "I want to create a company that helps small businesses sell to the world." One friend looked at him and said, "Jack, you don't understand technology. You have no money, no connections, no support. This is impossible." Jack Ma smiled and replied, "That is exactly why we should do it." The 17 friends pooled together around $60,000, and inside that tiny apartment, Alibaba was born. Act 4. The lesson hidden inside failure. Now stop here for a moment, because I don't want you to leave this story thinking Jack Ma was special. That thought is dangerous, because the moment you believe successful people are fundamentally different from you, you stop believing growth is possible for yourself. The real lesson of Jack Ma's journey is not talent, it is perspective. First, rejection is data, not destiny. Every rejection taught him something. Every failure adjusted him. Every closed door redirected him. Second, invisible preparation always comes before visible success. Nobody applauded the boy cycling 40 minutes every morning to practice English. But years later, that exact skill allowed him to communicate with the world. The work nobody sees today creates the future nobody expects tomorrow. And third, the quality of your life is shaped by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. Why me creates victims. What can I learn creates growth. Jack Ma chose growth every single time. Today, Alibaba became one of the largest companies in the world. Jack Ma became one of the most influential entrepreneurs alive. The man rejected by KFC, rejected by Harvard, rejected by almost everyone, eventually changed global business forever. But none of that would have happened if he had stopped after rejection number 1, or rejection number 10, or rejection number 30. So before you leave this video, ask yourself something honestly. What rejection are you currently living through? What closed door have you mistaken for the end of your story? Because maybe that rejection is not destroying your future. Maybe it is shaping it. Jack Ma's failures did not block his path. They were his path. And maybe yours are too.